Welcome into the first edition of the Valley Chats with the Matsu Miners. I'm your host, Jesse Cook, and our first guest is everyday shortstop for the Miners, Emilio Barreras. How you doing?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
You know, I like that it's sunny. We haven't had a whole lot of sun.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm so used to the heat, so it's just like, thanks man, I appreciate it. I'm not used to this like whole cold weather and stuff, so like it's pretty nice to actually see the sun out and feel some heat. So
yeah, well, you're from Arizona. Head coach Ty LeBrun over there, he's from Arizona. He's been shouting you out all day.
Definitely.
Now, just to clarify, it is not your birthday.
No, it's not my birthday.
So where does that bit originate from?
Well, ever since I first got here, ever since we won our first games against the Chinooks, after our first after game meeting, we called it out and stuff in the clubhouse, and I just said, "Hey Ty, happy birthday, man!" And then after that, we've just been saying that to each other since the beginning. So.
And Ty, I think a lot of people would call head coach Ty LeBrun a player's coach. He seems to really be an advocate for you guys.
Oh, definitely. He's someone who will definitely allow you to have fun, and if he notices that you're not having fun, he's definitely going to find a way for you to, smile and just enjoy the game. But for me, what I really like about him is that he also has a side of him that he also coaches, and that he also has a plan to teach you new things, within the white lines and just outside the field as well. So I think that's really helpful.
Now, both of you are from Arizona, where it's hot. Your teammate at Grand Canyon University, Grant Richardson, was with the team up until last week. He says he would rather play in 108-degree weather than the sometimes 50s or 60s that we see out here.
100%. Totally agree with them.
So what's that about? Is it just like the ball pops off the bat better, or what?
No, I think it's just like with the heat, you can definitely adjust, all right, you won't wear an undershirt, or you know what I mean, you won't be layered as much. But when you're out in the cold, it takes you time to actually get warmed. Actually, it takes you time to even heat up at times. You're not as stiff, so it's just a comfort thing, I'd say. I just feel more loose and relaxed out in 115, 110, which I don't want to go back to, definitely. But I'd definitely take that over.
So you do have a heat limit when it comes to
100%, yeah, I have to.
Now, Grant unfortunately left the team last week. He was shut down by Grand Canyon University, got a little tired in the left arm, his throwing arm. He was a starter for the Miners. But what was it like getting to play with him up here?
It was fun, man. He definitely kept it interesting and fun. We pretty much did everything together. Wake up, go to the gym, come to the field, go back, have dinner, go to bed. I mean, it's definitely a brotherhood, but it was actually really cool to, especially since we both haven't been in Alaska or have been in a place like this, to experience it with one another, so it was cool.
And a lot of people come to this team with a teammate from their college, like Brady Malin, who just left the team. He came up with Caden Carpenter, both of them Utah players. There's the Central Arizona trio of Mario Bejarano, Braden Rogers, and Sebastian Tomerlin. Do you feel like you needed to have Grant here?
I feel like I would have been perfectly fine without him, but I think it's pretty cool. We're going to be, I know for a fact we're going to go back to campus and just talk about the stuff that we did here in Alaska with all the guys. So I think being able to talk to someone that I'm going to see every day about Alaska is going to be pretty cool and actually really fun.
And Grant's sort of a unique personality. I think I've heard him described as a human golden retriever.
100%. Oh my God, yes. That's the perfect way to describe him. Sometimes he's clueless, but sometimes he's just I'm pretty sure he's smarter than me, especially when it comes to numbers. So he's really good at math, believe it or not, but sometimes he tends to forget that as well. But I love that man. Love that man. Hi, Grant.
It's Emilio Barreras, Jesse Cook. We're doing the first episode of the Valley Chats. And Grant, not the only GCU Lope up here in Alaska. Your roommate at school, Con Taguchi.
Yeah.
What's it like being opponents?
It's really cool. You know, I remember the first time I saw Con, like we instantly clicked. We got along real well, did everything together, and then it was just really cool seeing him take BP, seeing how he works. And now that I got to see the chance to actually see him play here, I mean, it's really cool, especially his style of play is way different than mine, and I've never seen it before. It's something really cool, and I honestly can't wait to see more of it once we get back to campus.
Well, you're going to see a lot of it this next week. 3 games against his Glacier Pilots, one of them later today, and then the last 2 legs of the regular season out in Anchorage. What are you expecting?
2 hard-fought games. I mean, we're definitely one of the top teams like on the league, but I mean, we're gonna try and beat them. They're gonna try and beat us. So I think that's the most exciting part.
Now, Con, he's the son of a major leaguer, so Taguchi spent a lot of time with the Cardinals and also in the Nippon Professional League. There's a real specific style of play that differentiates Japanese and American baseball. Does Con carry himself like the son of a major leaguer?
Not really. Which I think is really cool, to be honest. I mean, I've known a lot of kids that's father, you know, played in the bigs and stuff, and they just carried themselves differently than everyone else. But with Con, I think he's just like a little kid, man. He enjoys everything. I mean, he wants to try everything. It's really fun being around him, and especially just working out with him. I mean, it's really cool.
Now, you've gotten to work out with him back at GCU, Grant up here. How do you think your teammates at Grand Canyon have affected you this past season? There's one of your coaches affecting you up here, Steve Hecker.
What was the question again?
How do you think your teammates at Grand Canyon have affected you this past season? I'm going to amend it to extend to these guys in the green and gold setting up in the dugout out there.
Grand Canyon, man, first year was definitely special. Being around guys like Homer Bush, Jacob Wilson, Zach Gregory, even the guys that are returning like Kid Verduzco and Max Andale, I mean, they've helped me out a lot. Same thing with Crenshaw, but I mean, they've definitely, I just know for a fact they've always had my back and that they would absolutely do anything for me, and I'll do the same thing for them. So I think, you know, just hanging out every day, going out to eat, hanging out in each other's dorms, listening to music, you know, we're always smiling, we're always having a good time, which I think is very important. I mean, I'm very thankful that I got a group of brothers that I can rely on, and, you know, they can uplift me whenever things aren't going right.
That's always important, especially when you move up to Alaska, where the only guy you know is Grant and Con out in Anchorage. You can feel sort of like you're alone up here. How important have your minors teammates been to you?
Oh, very important. I mean, they were the first day I met everyone at the airport. I mean, everyone was just so nice. Everyone's just very welcoming. I felt like I fit in really well. Like it was a good connection, and I've had a blast here, man. The guys I've never been a group of guys that, like, of course some of the guys didn't have like the playing time that they wanted and stuff, but man, they're here putting in work, and that's something I really respect, and it's fun to be around of.
That's right. Everyone on the roster maybe hasn't gotten the playing time that they wanted, but everyone has gotten in a game at least once. Even guys battling injuries have seen their time. And the process of getting to summer ball is a little different than colleges, where it's not a lot of direct communication with the individual players. It's more done through the head coaches. So what was the conversation with you like before you headed up here?
I felt like I needed to come to a place like this in Alaska, a place where I needed to be far from everything, kind of a new site, be new to everything. I mean, there's nothing better than, you know, staying out of the 115 heat and just the Arizona sun, you know what I mean? So I think that coming here and having time to, you know, put in work in the weight room, most importantly, and just see and have good at-bats against good pitchers here. So I think coming here was the best decision I could have made, and I definitely don't regret it. So.
Well, that's great to hear. And we heard Vinny Bianchi before he left for his grad program in Notre Dame, the right-handed reliever, say that this was easily his best summer of playing baseball that he's had from a mindset standpoint, the most fun he's had. How do you think this clubhouse has gelled?
I think it's gelled in an amazing way. I mean, I'm glad that, you know, sadly he had to leave, but we definitely made memories with him that's definitely going to last a lifetime. Same thing with all the rest of the guys. I mean, Coop, Steve, AV, I mean, everyone, man. I mean, especially with all the guys that I'm going to be playing against, like Steve and Downer, you know what I mean? I'm going to be seeing them again, and we're definitely going to be thinking about this summer, this special summer. So I think it's amazing, man. It's just flat out amazing.
Now, this is Emilio Barreras with Jesse Cook, Valley Chats for the Mat-Su Miners Baseball Network. Talk about your journey to get to Grand Canyon. What was the recruitment process like?
Recruitment process, I talked to a couple schools as a freshman, but I was very cautious with where I wanted to go. And I know for head coach, Coach Wallace, he was recruiting me for a while. I originally committed to Cal State Fullerton, and then a coaching change happened and things didn't work out there. So I opened up my recruitment, and Coach Greg Rawlis came back and we communicated again, and I thought Grand Canyon was the place to go, and it definitely is. So.
Now, you've grown a lot as a baseball player. Granted, Emilio was a standout in high school, but what do you think has changed about your style of play?
Style of play is definitely, I don't think it changed much, honestly. I think if anything, it's just polishing everything that I've been doing well. I believe that, you know, it's definitely a game of adjustments, and it's just learning how to make those adjustments mentally and physically, and just changing your perspective on things. I mean, it's not, you know, you can go for 4 in a game, but if you look at it at a long term, it's just, you don't really notice those bad games, you know what I mean? So I think what I've learned a lot this past season was trust your gut, man. Trust your gut, have fun, most importantly, and things can be a lot worse, man. So I'm very thankful.
Well, your positive attitude has been noted by your teammates here in Mat-Su. It's on your Grand Canyon player page. Now, in high school, you had an incident at second base where there was an awkward slide.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Guys' cleats came up
Yeah.
and got you, and that broke 3 bones in your face.
Yeah.
And you couldn't eat solid food for like a month. Anyone else would probably quit baseball, have a negative outlook, but you came back within, what, 2 months?
Yeah, I came back. So originally, there's a catcher threw the ball to second. I tried to make the tag. I kind of dove into the runner, which I don't know why I did that. I know it was a poor choice once it happened, but it was just a reaction that I had. So I definitely just, you know, hope for the best, and his cleat hit me like right in my face, ripped the inside of my mouth. What's it called? A tooth was actually pushed in, broke my cheekbone, my eyepiece right here, which I didn't even know at the time when I got to the first hospital. So pretty much it happened, and I was just laying there, and I was just, you know, gushing out blood, which is not a pretty sight. But my first reaction was just so bizarre because I just said, just bring me a towel, I'm fine. And they took me out, of course, and I wasn't really too happy with that. And they took me to the hospital. Just worst pain of my life, just physically. It was just not fun whatsoever. And get to the hospital, and they tell me that they can't do the surgery there, so they have to transport me to another hospital. And I got there and got checked in, everything got checked out, and they told me that I have to go to like immediate surgery or else I was gonna go blind out of my eye. So, but thankfully that didn't happen. I'm good now. I mean, I can still smile, so I'm glad about that. So.
Well, that's a great outlook. What do you think kept you going strong throughout all those surgeries and those months of recovery?
Just staying hungry, man. I mean, I know at the time I was only a freshman, but I had, I have dreams, I have goals, and that kept me alive, man. So I think for me was just the positivity of my parents, my friends, my teammates, coaches. Everyone was so supportive, and they told me that everything's gonna be fine, everything's gonna be good. And originally I was supposed to be done for the season, but thankfully I did everything that I was supposed to do. The doctor was like, "You're fine, like everything's good." It healed really quick. I didn't expect that, and I got a chance to go back and finish my season, and the rest was history, thankfully.
Yeah, smiling through it, you come back in the regular season, the rest being history for Emilio Barreras. I mean, you're here, aren't you? And you're leading the team in RBIs, so clearly everything has worked out well. Look at that smile.
Definitely.
Now, this is Emilio Barreras, Valley Chats, Matsu Miners Baseball Network with Jesse Cook, and I got just a couple more questions. So
Absolutely.
You've been through a lot in your baseball career. You decommitted from Cal State Fullerton to come to Grand Canyon. Obviously, the big injury and all that recovery, who do you think has influenced you most throughout that time?
Definitely my parents, my sister. I mean, we don't really come from a really, we're not rich, we're not loaded with money, and we live by the day. So I think the motivation for me to take care of them one day, and one day just retire my dad early from not working out in the sun, not working 3 jobs, and my mom to just stay home, the way she took care of me, and for my sister to just live in a big comfortable house with a good car, for my nephew to grow up and hopefully follow my footsteps, and just trying to inspire people that have been in my situations before, especially my town. Just try and find a way to not only improve my life but everyone else's life. So I think just living like that, being happy, and just knowing that things can be a lot worse, and I think that's what's helped me so much to stay motivated, stay hungry, and just smile through it all. So
There are worse things you could be doing than playing baseball in 70-degree weather.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like there's a lot of giving back?
Oh, 100%. I've thankfully gotten the opportunity of people helping me out growing up. Some big role models that I've had, they've always, taken good care of me. They've always looked out for me. They've always told me, they've always told me that I'm not gonna make all the mistakes in the world. So you just gotta learn from everyone else's in order to improve yours. So I think that's something that I live by, and I'm thankful for that.
And lastly, whether your career is in baseball or what, how do you see yourself giving back to those people?
Giving back, definitely, just being someone that people can rely on. I know it's very important that, you know, mental health is big, you know, that's a biggie right there. But, you know, just being someone that people look up to you and they want to know what it took to, you know, do what I'm doing right now. So I think just being honest, just to show, well, I'm just personally just showing that I can do so many things that a lot of people sadly can't achieve, or they can achieve, but they just were fortunate enough to not have the opportunities that I've gotten, and just to show everyone that it is possible no matter where you come from. So.
Well, Emilio, thank you so much. And he's probably the living embodiment of hard work can get you anything, and a good smile through it all can't hurt.
Absolutely.
As well. This has been the First Valley Chat for the Mat-Su Miners Baseball Network. With Emilio Barreras, I'm Jesse Cook. Thank you so much.
Thank you.